Inserts, the new roads in audio.
An insert point allows you to route a signal pre-fade from the channel and send that signal to an outboard device, like a compressor, and then back to the channel that the signal came from. This is done through a TRS jack, meaning tip, ring, sleeve. Almost every console has an insert point. You'll find them on the back of your mixer for every subgroup, every channel, and the main outs. Here's how they work. To route the signal from a channel into an outboard device, like a compressor, we need an insert cable. On one end is a single 1/4-inch TRS plug, and on the other are two 1/4-inch mono plugs. The tip of the TRS plug is connected to one of the mono plugs, and the ring of the TRS plug is connected to the other mono plug. The sleeve, or the ground of this TRS, is connected to both plugs. On a typical insert point of a console, the tip is the send going to one mono plug, and the ring is the return from the other mono plug.
Okay, a lot of boards come with insert points on each strip, allowing you to insert a compressor. Usually it's a compressor. You can put an equalizer through there as well. It's pretty handy, but it's something you got to be wary of on some of the less expensive boards, like any board under, say, 30 grand, because the jacks are, they're not really meant for plugging in and out repeatedly. They tend to fail, and when they do, they shut the strip off. So my advice is, if you insert something into a channel, just leave it there, and it'll serve you well. If you decide to unplug it one day, you might find that strip go down. So I usually insert something and leave it there.
I've got an audio source coming down channel 12 of this console. By inserting the insert cable into channel 12 insert point, you can see that the audio no longer comes through the console. Remember, these insert points are pre-fade, so by putting the cable into the insert points, I've interrupted the signal going into this channel. By inserting the send plug into the input of the compressor and the return plug into the output of the compressor, now completes the signal chain. If you don't have audio coming back into your console, it's probably because you have the inputs and the outputs of your compressor reversed. Just simply switch them around. To review what's happened here, the signal is coming into the channel, out through the insert point, into the compressor, and back into the channel where it continues down the strip. You will also find insert points on all the subgroups and the main outs as well. On the subgroup inserts, all the channels that are selected for that subgroup are routed through the outboard device. For example, you have 4 vocalists and you route them to one subgroup. Insert the compressor on a subgroup, and now all 4 of these vocals have compression on them. On the main outs, you can insert outboard devices like an EQ or a limiter, which we'll talk about later. It's easy to see how insert points are another flexible function of your console. In review, insert points allow you to route audio signals pre-fade from the channel out to an outboard device and then back to the channel where the signal continues down the strip. This function is done through a TRS jack, meaning tip, ring, sleeve. Almost every console has an insert point. You'll find them on every channel, on the subgroups, and the main outs. Insert cables are used to connect the insert point of the console to the outboard device. One end has a stereo 1/4-inch plug, and the other end has 2 mono plugs. Insert points are pre-fade, so you need to complete the audio chain before the signal can continue down the strip. If a channel on your console doesn't work, it could be that the insert point has failed. Sometimes these jacks will require a little bit of service.
Close miking. Like, just get that mic as close to the sound source as you can. It's going to solve all sorts of problems. Vocalists, acoustic guitars, all those kind of solo instruments, get the mic to as close to the instrument as you can. It's going to reduce feedback, it's going to give you better tone, all those kind of things. And that's going to be half the battle. Another tip is that a lot of times just rolling out low end will clean up things, it'll give you more clarity. Maybe roll off the low end on a vocal or on a guitar, and all of a sudden it'll come to life and it'll sit in the mix better. Another thing to get more efficiency out of your amps is just can completely the lowest frequency on your your 1/3 octave or 2/3 or whatever you've got, because probably you can't hear that anyway with your system. And the other thing is that's the frequencies that the amp works the hardest to produce. So if you can 40 hertz completely, your amp will be more efficient and give you better mids and highs, and therefore make your system sound better. And now if you have a big system, obviously you need that low end thunk or thud, but probably in most situations you can get away with rolling off 40 and beyond, just completely eliminate it.